In Appcircle, you can completely determine what steps our build machines will take while doing your build, and we call these workflows. In order to access your workflows, go to any of your build profiles detail and then tap Workflows. Here you'll get a list of workflows that your project currently has. So by default, we give you two default workflows, one for push and one for pull requests, and you can add new workflows or edit the existing ones. Let's just go to detail of this push workflow and see the list of steps that our build machines are currently taking. Our build machines will take each one of these steps from beginning to the end, and then when everything is done, your build is complete. So you can modify these workflows based on your preference. So this is a default workflow that we give for Android apps. So it has the activate SSH private key step. It clones the project, then runs a custom script, then does the Android build and signing. And then afterwards, it creates a APK or AAB file based on your preference. And then it just exports those files for you. So this is the default basic workflow. In order to modify these workflows, we can tap any of them to go to its detail. For instance, I might want to change Android Sign's configuration options. When I tap that, I go to its detail to modify its variables, the parameters that it's using. For example, there's a v2 sign option here. If I'm using v2 sign, I have to change this. So these are predefined, but you can change whatever you like. You can also change its name, give it a custom name. And you can also determine whether this is going to be active, so you can temporarily disable these steps. Or you can just say, always run this step, even if the previous steps fail, it will always run. And also continue with this next step, even if this step fails as well. So based on that, we will just keep going with your builds. So let's go back and then try to add new steps or modify or delete the existing ones. We do this by tapping Edit Workflow. When we tap this, we get our workflow at the left and the available steps that we can just drag into on the right. So maybe you're doing everything with Fastlane, so you're not doing any Android build and sign steps, just doing everything with Fastlane. You can just remove them and then drag and drop Fastlane to wherever you like. And also delete the existing ones. For example, I don't want this custom script because it's empty. This is something that we give for default. So I can modify them and I can change their position. And when we look at the right, we have a variety of different steps, and we are always adding new steps as we go along. And you can also add new steps yourself. So all of these steps here are open source, so you can just go to our GitHub account and see the source code for each and every one of them. And you can also propose some changes to them by creating pull requests. And you can also create custom repos and create a pull request to our main repository so that we can just, approve them and add them to our list of steps. So let's look at these steps. Fastlane is running a Fastlane lane. Install Node, you might want to install a specific version of Node in your workflows before anything runs. So export build artifacts is actually exporting the AAB or APK file for your Android builds. Android build for UI testing is building your app specifically for UI testing. You can get a dependency report. You can run a Firebase test lab for Android. You can upload these files to Amazon S3. The Android sign is actually signing your app with the key store files that Appcircle is keeping. Android sign is actually signing your apps with the key store files that you have. You can run npm and yarn commands. You can do Android unit tests. You can run Android unit tests. You can use a AVS device farm deploy and deploy your app to AVS device farm devices. You can do an Android app post processor. Android build is building your Android projects. You can run a lint, and you can activate SSH private key in case you have a private dependency in your Git repo. This is really required. Git clone is cloning your Git repository, and custom script is for running custom scripts. So I really want to mention this custom script step. So I just hit save and then save my workflow. And when I go into detail of this custom script, as I said, I can give this a name, whatever this does, and I can write bash and Ruby code here in order for our build machines to execute. So this is basically our workflows. And when you go to any of the workflow detail and tap help, it will just link you directly to the workflows Git repo so that you can just view the source and edit them as well. And this is pretty much it. This is how you do workflows in Android. See you on the next video.